Fight, it's another survival mechanism response that any animal with a nervous system has. And it's a bit different from flight. Have things in common, but it's a bit different because instead of wanting to run away, we are preparing our body to fight, to defeat the opponent. So any body function that is related with that, it will be activated and accelerated. Like we have accelerated heartbeat, our breath also it's more intense, our muscle constructions that it's in common with a flight, and we are prepared to attack whatever it is. It can be physically attack, it can be with words, it can be with an intention, an aggression. So we are prepared to attack, and this fight energy, we would think, okay, then the discussion or the argument is over, or then we even physically fought, or whatever. We got to it. The moment is over, so we get to release the energy, right? But it's not like that. What happens is, if the opponent, we perceive it as being stronger than us and we are in disadvantage, we will not attack. To preserve our integrity, we will not attack. But that energy, that instinct, was still activated. So this will be stored. And this is what the complications come. Because we are in fight mode, but we are not fighting. We are in fight energy in our body that it's not being used, which means it's not being released. Okay? And this can cause states of, let me see what I wrote here, states of irritability, frustration, anger outburst, defensiveness towards a situation or someone, and we are more prone to not trust people or to lash out in disproportional ways to stimulus. Okay, so everything that it's considered to be more a reaction or a reactive, an aggressive reaction to a situation or to a person. I also need to say that this is linked to diagnosis of bipolar. I will not go into that, but I had an alter that was trapped in bipolarity. So I'm not bipolar. I have the ID, but a part of me developed bipolar. And what is bipolar? It's a pendulum between one state and the other, right? It's called the maniac and the depressive, which means the maniac, it's not maniac like we think. Maniac in clinic, it's being super active, being super super excited, super woo, everything is amazing, because over response, over stimulation, it's also a survival mechanism. We see this in animals, especially in horses, like when a dog is super excited and doesn't stop and spins around and it's just jumping. This is not happiness. This is survival mechanism response that is overstimulation. Okay, and then the other, it's depression. So in the release of this state, when there's a lot of repression, then the release of this state comes with aggression. Okay, so like I said, I will not go much into it, but if you have a diagnosis or know someone with bipolar, is related also with stuck states of fight energy in the body due to trauma. Okay, so what helps me? One, it's like in flight, I need definitely to process the memory, okay? But I had episodes of energy that I could release without diving into the memory directly, and already eased my nervous system. I do this through activities, especially physical activities like exercising, punching, or even imagining the situation, but all in my head. I need to say this for disclosure: don't go and attack people in any way. It's not healthy, it doesn't solve the problem, makes it worse. In my head, in my imagination, I imagine the scenario where actually I defeat the person, whatever it is. If it is a fight, it's a fight. If I have to punch, I have to punch. If I have to be, aggressive and it's a life-threatening situation, I even have to imagine myself to, eliminating the person, so to speak. So I have power over that person, which in a situation where I felt super powerless and generated a lot of anger that I needed to repress. Okay, so you can use your imagination. You can scream into a pillow or underwater. I say this because people don't go around like screaming, right? Like the neighbors or persons, like what is going on. It's not like we have centers for this. We will one day. But, so scream into a pillow or underwater. Punching also, or kicking also, make sure you are safe. Soft surfaces, that you don't harm you or anyone or anything. So release that energy. The more we release that energy consciously, like you are not just having an outburst and then you punch and then boo, and you have a linear state of anger here that goes here and here and goes here. We want that to come to the baseline and you stop being stuck. So for that we need awareness. Okay, so release that state with awareness, with intention, and processing the memory, calming down your nervous system, and releasing the energy in ways that you can, like exercising, painting, expressing yourself artistically can also help. It helped me so much. I had parts of me that were even non-verbal. So actually painting and writing poems, it was like, it's like they could communicate their pain to me. So that was already their therapy. And even the expression, it's not just getting the painting, it's like the way I use the pen or the brush, the physical expression of that moment, that anger release. It was fantastic. And then I created something beautiful out of it. So it's even more valuable, right? At least for me it is. So that can also help a lot. And do not be embarrassed. There is something that happens because in society, anger and being angry is shamed away. So do not be embarrassed if you have thoughts of killing someone or wanting to, and then it's like, oh no, but I really don't want to harm that person. But then that comes in you. And when that surfaces in you, you push it away and repress it because it's like, no, that's not the way. Look, that's not the way. And because that's not the way, you need to process that in a way that you're more animal. Someone is screaming outside, fighting. Your animal brain, your instincts allow you to release that. Okay, so you need to do that. That's why I say use your imagination so you don't go actually act out in that in the real world. Oh my god, this is disturbing me. I don't know if you are listening to this in the video. Probably you are, but what a synchronicity. So I just said you don't go like crazy screaming in the street and then someone is just screaming on the streets. It's like, what are the odds? But what I want to say is like, don't be embarrassed. If you want to scream like that, you just let it out. If emotions that you don't approve for yourself or you don't approve in behaviors for you or for others come, don't, please don't shame them away. Don't repress them. Allow them and release them. If you allow them, they will navigate through you and you will not have to carry them. If you not carry them, you will never act on them, and actually will never be a match to other people also acting on that in your surroundings because you don't have that energy in you, right? You already don't have the thoughts, the energy, and the belief structure. I'm not going into that now, but you don't have the belief structure in you that would make you a match to that situation. So embrace yourself. Be compassionate towards yourself, whatever happened. Embrace your anger and express it. Embrace your shame and own it. And be present with yourself. Validate yourself, and you will rise above it. Okay? I hope this helps.